How are you guys doing today? Welcome to all the replay viewers. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer. I am the owner of Truth Photography. I am a Denver area family photographer seeking adventurous families who are looking for more than just a boring family photo. So I would love to be your family photographer. But today I'm actually sharing some tips for you to help you take better photos of your family just in the everyday. So this point of this video is going to be hopefully to teach you something that you don't already know. So feel free to drop any questions that you have in the comments, even if you're watching this on the replay, because I will go back and look through the questions and try and answer as many as possible. And any I can't answer, just in the comments, I will hopefully do another video for you guys later to answer them. So, okay, so last week I introduced my new Mama's Guide to Photographing Her Children. If you haven't gotten that yet, I'm going to drop the link here in the comments. Let me see if I can do this while I am live. Yes, I should be able to. So I'm going to drop this right here for you guys that you can get the guide. So make sure you go ahead and click on that link after the video, get the guide. And I'm going to talk today about the first tip on the guide, which is working with light and mastering light. So photography means, the word photography means painting with light. So mastering light is one of the most important things you can do when taking any image, is controlling and mastering your light. And there are numerous ways to control your light in a photo. Every photographer handles light a little bit differently. And there's not really one right or wrong way to do, to control your light, because there are many different ways you can do it. So some of the ways that I choose to control light in my photo shoots is my number one way is that I shoot during ideal lighting times. So for me, my favorite time to shoot is right at sunset, because you get a lot softer, warmer light, and that's the type of light I like to have in my photos. But in addition to shooting at sunset, there are a couple of other things I do. One thing is to put the light behind and slightly to one side of my subject, kind of like I'm doing right now. Now you'll notice that my face is still kind of shadowed. So the other thing that I do to control that light, now that I have that light behind my subject, is I will take my external flash on my camera, and I have what's called a diffuser on it, and this helps make the light a little softer and not as harsh. So you'll notice a lot of times when you take a photo with flash, it gives a really harsh light. This will actually help diffuse that light so it's not super harsh on your subject. And I'll use this, and I can turn it different ways so it's also not direct on my subject. And I can, if I'm in a place that I have somewhere to bounce it off of, like a wall to one side or whatever, I can bounce the flash towards them. I'll talk about bouncing in a moment here, but I will use this to fill in the light so that the shadows are not on your face in the photo. So that's kind of one of the ways that I control light. If you are taking your own photos at home and you don't have an external flash, you can get a diffuser for the flash that's on your camera. And that's one way that you can kind of soften that light, but you'll probably notice that the flash on your camera is a lot harsher than using an external flash diffused like this. So another way that you can do it is you can turn off your flash, and you can use, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You can use a reflector. So how that works is a reflector, you can purchase a reflector, or you can use whatever white materials you have at home. A lot of people will actually just use a white foam board to reflect, and I'm going to see if I can get this to work. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this on live video, but what you can do is you can bring it in and kind of reflect some light back on the subject's face. Now this is just a piece of cardboard that I'm using, and it's not very big, so it doesn't make the best reflector, but you can see there, hopefully you can see that a little bit. You might see my face lighten up as I bring it in close to my face. So that's one way you can do this. You can reflect light back, especially if you're taking like product photos. If you're a small business owner and you want to take product photos, you can create a little light box with just foam boards or display boards that you would use for like school projects. And you can create a little light box to reflect light onto whatever you're photographing. So that is one of the tips for using light and bouncing light. So obviously I can't teach you everything there is to know about creating good light in your photos in this video. So the best way to do this is to take your camera and play with it, take a whiteboard and play with it, play with your flash, see what things you can diffuse your flash with or ways you can bounce your flash. If you are able to bounce it, obviously an on-camera flash is a little bit harder to bounce, but there are little tricks that you can do to do that as well. So, but the best way to master lighting is obviously just to practice and to just continue to see what works to get great light. But those are just a couple quick tips that I wanted to share with you guys today about playing with light in your photos. If you found these helpful, can you guys do me a favor and drop your favorite emoji down in the comments, or use one of the thumbs up, the wow, the heart, any of those to let me know that you loved these tips and that they were helpful to you. And I hope they help you create beautiful photos of your children. I would love to answer your questions about controlling light or about photography in general. So feel free to drop any questions that you have in the comments, and if you drop them there now, I'll go ahead and answer them, or if you are watching the replay, go ahead and put them in there, because like I said, I will come back and answer them for you guys later. So this next month, I'm going to continue to show you little tips and tricks like this inside of my private Insiders Facebook group, and I'm hoping to go more in depth with you guys there, kind of do a little short video like this, show you a couple tricks, and then we can all post up some photos and kind of play with it and show each other how we took that tip and learned from it, and our results from it. So it's going to be kind of fun. I'm hoping you guys will all join me when you use the link that I already dropped in the comments there to get your free guide and to get all the tips. You will also get a link inviting you to that Facebook group. So make sure you scroll all the way down in the email and click that link and join the Facebook group so that you can learn with us about taking better photos of your family. So that's all I have for today. I can't wait to share my passion with all of you and to teach you more tips for photographing your family so you can make sure to capture memories of all your adventures. All right, bye.